Alright, we're back with more Ratchet and Clank, and I think I was trying to find Hyper Shot, which I don't have as of yet. I think it's in the next world? Yeah, I think we get the Hyper Shot right after we leave this world. And I was like, game, please, just give me item now. I'm still trying to level out this weapon. This is actually the second time I've tried doing the audio for this, because for some reason my Audacity was like, you know what, I'm not really feeling it. I'll record like maybe a quarter, or no, not even a quarter. It was like 12 seconds worth of audio, like right at the end, and then it just cut off. I don't even know what's going on. Hopefully this audio session actually works. It would be great if that happened. Oh yeah, I think I leveled up the nitro weapon in these two kills. Right here, yeah, called it. It's like I've seen this video before, multiple times. Oh yeah, that's right. So after equipping or leveling that up, I was like, you know what, I need to get my spinning Hydra up to the next level or version. I think they're technically called versions, but it's the same thing. It's just the same thing. Okay, so this jump I was really worried, because I was like, that doesn't look too far. I could probably make it, but I'd feel more comfortable jumping it off from this side of the world, you know, just in general, because it looks closer. So I think I got greedy there and trying to get the third guy in the shot and got hit for it. I don't know if that is, I'd call it kind of greedy. I don't know how you can get greedy in a Ratchet and Clank game, besides bolts. Trying to get as much bolts as you can, not buying items. Because guns are an important game in a, you know, third-person shooter. Go figure, right? And here's the last weird nipple bomb thing, or generator. I had to blow it up, and I thought I had the grenade launchers. I was like, ah, bomb, yes. Throw that word in the mix.
Time to finish the job, Ratchet. Get moving.
So, I think this is the second boss fight we've had. I was gonna say it's the first, but we did have to fight Qwark at the beginning of the game, which I did die to at the first time. I had a much easier time with this one, because I knew this was coming, and I knew the majority of the pattern. I knew we were running around in circles, but I forgot there was a particular part that kept messing me up. And we'll get into that in a second. What is this evil creature? What could it be? Is it a tiny puppy? Please be tiny. That's not a puppy! That is one giant-ass Terranoid. So this guy has three phases. He has the walk around the circle and swing at you. The first hit is generally going to hit you if you don't jump out of the way. More often than not, like I found out, it's going to hit you. Then after you get a bit of damage, he jumps onto the ceiling and his lower turret comes down and sprays. And if you hit the turret, it still does damage to his health, which is nice. But this third phase always used to get me when I was younger. It was something. And yes, it does freeze on purpose there. That always scares the shit out of me. I'm like, did the game just freeze? No. So now we have to play from the perspective of the monster, which is a really cool segment, except it's fucking hard to run around. Because you're like, oh yeah, I can totally do this. But it definitely changes how you play the game. Because, you know, you have to be more conscious about where you are, and it's harder to tell where you are on the screen when you're just much smaller than per usual. Back to phase 1. I think that's what I call this one. This was just a simple phase 1. The Yulden run around swinging tactic. Somehow very effective. So yeah, I don't think I run out of ammo too much. I'm not sure if that's because I'm using a version 4 or what, but I feel like there are boxes of ammo that I'm getting about 15 per box. So not like I'm getting ammo starved, which is nice. It's definite improvement from the first game. And the second, I'm pretty sure I kept getting ammo starved with the second game's end boss. Oh, it's Qwark.
Captain Qwark, first you made another miraculous comeback. Now you've defeated the Terranoids in a spectacular battle on their own planet.
Correction.
How do you explain your recent
I did.
success?
Courage, compassion,
Ratchet,
dashing
Clank.
good looks, iron hard abs. Seriously though, to be a true hero of heroes, you need more than loads of charisma and
Get
a
wrecked,
brilliant
reporter.
tactical mind. I
Did he
couldn't
just
have
shoot
done
himself
it without
in the head? Like,
these massive guns. Mwah, mwah.
no love.
Glad to see you made it through in one piece, Ratchet. You must.
Ah, cut her off. That's just to be like, hey, you want to come back and tell us what you did and flirt? I mean, what? This is a kid's game. They don't do that kind of thing. But instead, before I go back, I was like, you know what? I'm here. Might as well help out the Rangers, get some money. And that's the Hollow Shield Glove, which is, I think, it's a shield around you. I would assume Hollow Shield Gun would, or Hollow Shield Glove, is a shield around you? I don't remember it being a shield in front of you. I don't know. I feel like one of the games had a shield in front of you, where the other one, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy. That is definite. And like most ranger missions, we actually have to jump out of here. Oh no, it is a shield in front of you. Yeah, okay. So this one just deploys a shield in front of you. I think it's the second game that has the shield around you, if I remember correctly. Because I remember one of those just being like you throw up a shield and you can run around, and I think you can shoot through it. I'm not too sure. I would assume we could, but it wouldn't really be a shield if you could. I mean, for like game mechanics, like it wouldn't make sense to deploy something that you have to hide around and can't shoot around. But at the same time, logically speaking, I wish I had most of those shots on the Terranoids, and the baby Terranoids, I should say. But yeah, this little section's kind of interesting, because they bring back another mechanic in the game. They definitely improved it, but it is back, and you will see in not this mission, but the next one. So I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I got like, what, 5 minutes before I spoil it. And I'll just say that it's better than it has been. Still has some problems. Which is saying something. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. For right now, we got some noids to kill. Thank God, spitting Hydra is a thing. Being able to kill like 5 enemies in one shot. Oh. Oh yes. So one of the problems in this mission, I wouldn't say like problem. I'm just like the obstacle. There you go. One of the obstacles in this mission are turrets, and there are a lot of turrets. And you'll notice that when the turrets fire, they fire a missile that will then fall into the ground or onto the ground and have like an AOE damage, like that. And now, when you're dealing like 1 or 2 of them, it's not horrifyingly bad. You can manage. You just gotta jump at the right time. However, I didn't realize that there would be 4 in a row, and I'm an idiot, and I'm still not paying attention to that. I'm like, okay, I'll deal with that later. They have much longer range than I expected, that's to be sure. And I forgot that people have been, like, just teleporting in whenever they feel like it, so we're getting attacked, and I'm just like, yeah, guys, don't worry, I got boxes to collect. I'll say I was looking for this box of health, because I'm not greedy? Question mark? Yeah, so 4 turrets are very hard to deal with. And I got really, really selfish there, and I was like, okay, I could just target 4 of them. Nothing bad will happen, like 4 missiles falling on top of my face. I can dodge 1 of them, but I can't dodge 4 of them. I can confirm that now. And I'm down to 8 health out of 40. Yeah, not good. And you'll notice there's a ship here. I wonder when we'll be using that. Hopefully never, because I hate flying. Like in real life, I can't fly a plane, but I can fly on an airplane. Like I don't get scared of heights. It's just no correction. Get scared of heights, not of planes. It's a weird thing. Yeah, I know. You just don't look out the window. But I hate flying in video games most of the time, and this one's not too bad. The reason why I don't think this one is as bad is because it's a hover ship.
Use the left analog stick. Press X or L1 to ascend, square or L2 to descend. Use the right analog stick to aim, and press circle or R1 to fire rockets.
We'll take care of the saucer, Sarge. Keep blasting those dropships.
Okay, so the reason why I prefer this over the intergalactic spaceship battles is because it's a hover ship, which makes things much easier on myself. So when you are flying around in space, things are much harder than it really has to be, because you have to deal with like multiple different directions. You can go up and down. You can. It was really confusing to move around in the space, and you could really tell like where the exits or where the invisible walls are to contain you. This is much easier because you're just floating around as opposed to flying. So I will say the elevation's a little weird with the control, because my triggers are backwards, so I always have like a really weird time going up and down. But I do prefer this hovercraft. It's much better than the spaceships. Mostly because I can't drive spaceships in most games. I always seem to suck ass, like horrifyingly bad. Even some of the most simpler versions of spaceships, it's just never good. I think we're done in like 2 more ships. I will say the elevation's a little weird. Because it's like, mostly because my controller's backwards, my triggers are backwards, so it's hard for me to be like, oh yes, the right trigger, or the R1 button, that's my R2, isn't it? Shit. I do mess around with the elevation, and you'll notice that you'll need to like actually hit people, or lead your shots for some of the things.
We're still trying to figure out a way to get past it. In the meantime, Command wants you to take the hover ship and wipe out the Noid forces in the surrounding areas.
But yeah, you will have to lead your shots on a lot of the ships, because they are generally what you're targeting, and they do move. So leading shots is important. Yeah, overall, I don't think the flying in this is too bad. I do suck at flying in general, so probably not going to be like the voice of reason here. And I think you can shoot the missiles from the turrets down, which is nice, especially when there's like 3 of them. I don't think there are as many in a row as there was when you assaulted the place on foot. I think there are 2 right here, and I think I get hit. You'll notice that we have an independent health bar. We have 100 health instead of, I think we're on 41 or 42, because we leveled up during the flying section. But it's nice that they have like independent health bars. Can you not shoot down the missiles? I thought you could. I guess not. Am I thinking of a different game? Probably. You can like, wow, that was pretty good dodge. Surprised that I even got that dodge. Oh, this poor dude. I remember this conversation.
H26, why don't you try sticking your finger in the main power transformer? Are you sure that's a good idea, sir? This thing looks pretty dangerous. Suck it up, 26. You got nothing to worry about. I got special training with electronic thingamajiggies. Okay, here goes. H26, come back. H26 has been vaporized, sir. But the force field has been deactivated. All deserves a medal. Complete your mission and report back to base for briefing.
That poor soldier. That poor man.